For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook and let us know what you're nerding out on. K-pop Demon Hunters wrapped its Netflix run with a staggering 325.1 million viewers, breaking records and proving that supernatural idol squads are officially global. Yeah, that works too. With voice stars like Arden Cho and Claudia Kim leading the charge, this animated action fantasy fused pop spectacle with monster mayhem, and fans are already chanting for an encore. Turns out the real demon was underestimating the power of synchronized choreography, and the person at Sony who said, "Go ahead, we don't need the rights to this."
Hey, we didn't make any mistakes. This is this. We did this on purpose. We got rid of them because
No notes.
yeah, we wanted Netflix to have a win. That's what Sony's
Because
saying
they
now.
need it so bad.
Right.
Not
They need
us.
a
We
win.
don't need it.
Right.
Not us.
Sony doesn't need money. Go ahead. Go ahead, Netflix.
Yeah, you have it all. Here, all Netflix went all in. And Sony went, nah, we fold.
Let's keep going.
The crusade continues. Season 2 of Batman Cape Crusader finally has a release window. And Gotham's getting moodier. With Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves behind the scenes, this animated noir revival channels the brooding brilliance of Batman the Animated Series, minus the nostalgia filter. Gotham's about to get darker, and Bruce still refuses to buy a ring light.
So much better than I thought it was going to be. There were really good
Yes.
takes and surprises. I love that this was like, the way Bruce Timm it described it was this is what I would have written back in the 90s had I been able to just do whatever I wanted.
I loved Harley. I loved their Harley Quinn. I thought that was really cool. And the whole basement with all the, like, she had all the people in that basement. I was like, this is really cool and very serial killery. Yeah, I loved it. I loved the first season. I can't wait for the second season. I loved me some Catwoman. I love me some Harley Quinn.
You know what I like about this? I like that DC, James Gunn, Peter Safran, are willing to let things be just as they are. Like, hey, if this works, it tells good stories and people like it, just let it be and let it live. So Harley Quinn, Batman Cape Crusader, the Batman movies, like just let it be and just let's have fun with it because everything is Elseworlds.
Yeah.
So I like this.
They made a point of the Elseworlds and saying we're going to
Yeah.
continue on with some of these Elseworlds things, and we're going to have a mainline storyline that's just going to tell one story. So I mean, I do think it's a smart move because they're not stifling creativity for other creators.
Right.
Yeah.
And they
Like,
don't have
I
to
think
have their finger on everything. I like that.
Well, and I think this actually came about prior to them taking over, but they let it go through because they
Right.
knew it would. Yeah, I mean, they were happy with it, and I think that's part of it too. Like the stuff that James Gunn has like James Gunn and Peter Safran have let continue, seem to be things that they really are behind as well. Like the Harley Quinn, like they could have nixed that immediately.
Director Dan Trachtenberg says Predator Badlands won't feature any xenomorphs despite the Wailing Yutani tease. Instead, the film will expand Predator lore in a post-apocalyptic setting, focusing on new tech, new tribes, and fresh hunts. Alien fans, you'll have to go to Earth because this jungle strictly one apex predator at a time.
I like this. Like, let it build up. So let aliens be over here, and the xenomorphs are over here, and predators be over here. Tell some good stories, and then we'll get there. We'll get to them crossing over, but we don't have to like push it right away.
Right.
I like
Again,
And
I
it, like,
agree.
it should be organic, right? I mean,
Yeah.
them finding each other should be organic, and it should be one of those things where it's like have predators met aliens before and that kind of thing. I feel like that, and no, and like reintroducing both IPs to fans and letting them blossom first and then bringing them together. I think they're doing this really well. I'm not an Aliens fan. I'm not a Predator fan. Have I watched both? Yes, I have. I've watched more Aliens things than I think that why? Why? I keep watching them and I don't know why. I've
It's
watched
because they're
all of
good.
them. I've seen every Aliens movie. I've seen all the prequels. I don't like them. I don't like aliens. Like, well, no, look, don't clip that because I do like some aliens. I'm just saying that the aliens of the movies, aliens, are not the ones that I like. Martians, I don't know. Maybe I would like them. Venusians, sure, maybe. I don't know. What are their what do they like? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? I don't know. I'm just saying I don't want a face hugger face hugging my head.
Not a big horror guy, but like when you mix some sci-fi into it, like Aliens and Predator, I'm on board. Not every one of these movies have been good, but like the ideas of them, and I think now the people behind these IPs are willing to do it justice because Alien Earth, was it Noah Hawley, is doing an amazing job with that show. Remember he did Legion back in the day, Legion on
Mhm,
Yeah,
FX?
these
mhm,
are so
mhm.
good.
Yeah, so I'm loving this. I'm loving Predator Killer of Killers, that the animated like shorts.
Mhm.
Oh, so good. So I'm so happy that they're taking these IPs that we know and telling good stories with them.
Well, and they're also like with the Badlands, they're teasing that they're in the same universe, so they
Mhm.
will eventually meet. And I think that makes what is it, Wayland Utani? It makes them way more diabolical than what we thought they were originally in the Aliens movies. I mean, it
And
makes them really like they're really bad guys. We're talking like big, bad, evil guys kind of level.
You
I
should
mean,
you should definitely watch Alien Earth
yeah.
then.
Oh man, it levels up so much more. Wayland Utani is enough of a tease for me. The fact that Wayland Utani is even being teased in the universe is enough for me because it's still it makes it a cohesive universe. It makes it more expansive that they're all in the same place. And right now we have an entire section of aliens and alien movies, and then we have Predator. What I would not be surprised is in Badlands if one of the creatures from Alien Earth ends up on the planet that he's in, like the eye monster or something.
Oh yeah, like the
Oh,
other
yeah, that might
aliens. Yeah.
yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're saying
maybe.
xenomorphs aren't going to be in this, but that doesn't mean that we may not see another creature that connects them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe. So wait, when did the first Alien movie come out? Was that the 90s? Was it the 80s?
No, that was
70s.
70s. I think it was
Was it the
70.
I'll look it up.
70s?
Sigourney Weaver,
Yeah, look at
early Sigourney.
Yeah, I think the first movie
Yeah, it
was
was early
78, I
Sigourney.
think.
79, I think. Yeah,
79.
79.
79. Hmm. Do you think the aliens nostalgia and like it coming out like 79, do you think that that's one of the reasons that this huge nostalgia boom is going on?
I think so. I think people it, again, it kind of goes back to telling good stories. So
Yeah,
as
that's
long as the
true.
stories
Telling
are
good
good
stories, yeah.
and as long as we're connected to it, I think it gives it an
Mhm.
upper hand to be like, "Oh, I love this as a younger kid," or I remember watching this on VHS with, my parents and I wasn't supposed to, that sort of thing.
In Nostalgia Meets Neon news, Joseph Kosinski, Top Gun Maverick, is steering the Miami Vice reboot towards a 2027 release. Expect synths, speedboats, and stylized shootouts as the iconic 80s cop drama gets a neon soaked upgrade. Casting still under wraps, but fans are already dream pairing Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell.
That could be fun.
Pastel suits, high speed pursuits. Kaczynski's bringing the vice with extra velocity.
Wow, can you imagine that? Michael B. Jordan and Glenn Powell?
That would be fun. Like the two of
Who's
them.
Glenn Powell again?
He was in Top
Bob.
Gun Maverick.
He's Bob.
No, that's not Bob. Bob was Lewis Pullman.
Oh,
Yeah. So Glenn Powell was in Twisters. He was the lead character in Twist. Is that the second movie, Twisters? He
Yeah.
was in Top Gun Maverick. He's been in a bunch of stuff recently. He's kind of the one of the it guys right now for
Is he
Hollywood.
the guy that's always sunny in Philadelphia?
No,
No. You're thinking Glenn Howerton.
Oh wait, I know who Glenn Powell is. He's gonna be in Running Man, right?
Yes.
yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, he's the one I don't like. Okay, cool.
Wow.
That'll be good.
Okay.
I
All right.
wasn't a big fan of Don Johnson in Miami Vice, so it actually
Sorry,
works
Crockett.
for me.
How dare you? Crockett and Tubbs?
It was
Come
the
on, man.
alligator. It was the alligator.
They made it
On
okay
the
to not
fucking
wear
boat.
socks with loafers, okay?
I don't
And
know
we've
if
been
that's ever
doing
been
it
okay.
ever since.
I don't know if that's ever been okay. It just seems douchey to me.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's the pastel coat with the
Shoulder pads.
pads.
I'm okay with it all. What if they said it in the 80s?
I think Tim Meadows should be.
Oh my God,
The
Tim
Tubbs.
Meadows as Tubbs would be amazing.
Before we get burned, because it's time to stock up on SPF 500. Fox is reviving Baywatch for a fall 2026 premiere, promising a modern, multicultural twist on lifeguard drama. Expect action, comedy, and probably a few slow motion beach runs. No cast yet, but the Hoff cameo watch begins now. Same beach, new biceps, sun's out, reboots out.
It went on way too long, and there was like too much stuff. And how did they end up
all
at
right.
that party?
Okay, we
How
don't need
did
to
they
bash
end up at the
this.
party? And then there was like so much glass got broken. Heck. All right,
Jason
anyway.
Momoa was on Baywatch.
Oh, on the original show?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Just want to say that
Yeah, he was.
so we
Yeah.
can transition away.
I thought he
Okay.
was on Baywatch Hawaii.
I'm
Because
sure.
there was a Baywatch Hawaii, everyone.
I think he was just on Baywatch.
He's been
Would
on
you-
a lot of stuff. He was also in Stargate Atlantis. That's
So
where I
good.
first saw him. He was so
So
good
good.
on that. Yeah. With that hair, his hair and dreads like that. And he was flipping it around like nobody's business. He had better hair than everybody else on that show. What Lizzie wants, Scarlet Witch gets. Elizabeth Olsen is pushing for a House of M adaptation. The iconic storyline where Wanda Maximoff rewrites reality with a whisper. With the multiverse already in chaos, this could be the perfect moment for mutant madness and emotional meltdowns. One word from Wanda, and the MCU turns into a mutant mood board.
Oh man.
So I actually have said this. I said, was it last week or week before last, where we were talking about that Scarlet Witch may be in Secret Wars or Doomsday, one of those. And I said, well, she wants to do a House of M storyline, and they were talking about like her being part of the royal family in like an alternate version
Mhm.
of them. So yeah, so I think she's been talking about it for a while. But go ahead.
So both of them, and this leads into the next story too, but both of them were very tight-lipped about everything. Lizzie, who he kept referring to as Lizzie, Elizabeth Olsen, was very much, she said, as far as she can tell, with the next couple of movies, the direction that they're going in, there's a lot they need to build up to in order to get to House of M. But she would eventually want it to get there. Like she would, if our friend of the show, Joe Deckelmeyer, who was hosting the panel, had asked her if there was any storyline from the comics that you could pull and you could do, which one would it be? And she said it'd have to be House of M. And she said that where they're at right now and the direction that everything is going in, it's not happening anytime soon. But she would like eventually for it to get there because she would love to do House of M. And the way she put it was like, there's a lot of buildup that needs to happen before they get there, but it can happen eventually. So
You got to establish mutants,
right.
and then we have to really start to love them, and then you say no more mutants, so that
Right.
we're all like gut.
The way she put it was almost like there's no immediate plans for it, but there is clamor around wanting to get there. So it was kind of cool to see her kind of like almost nerd out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe asked her another question that we're very familiar with, because he asked her what you're nerding out on right now.
Nice.
And she goes, I'm rewatching The Sopranos. That was also a story that came up that we don't have on our rundown, but unless I did see it in the rundown. But basically, she didn't know that Zombies was out.
Yeah, I heard about that, but
Yeah.
I didn't put it in the story.
And a lot of people were just like, some people were like, did she actually play Scarlet Witch in it? She goes, no, I recorded that years ago. She was like, I don't even remember recording it. She goes, I know I recorded it. I just don't remember when, because it happened so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, she kind of like doubled down and it gave the proof that she actually voiced the character. So it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she's
you
like,
could
why?
tell.
Why do people keep calling me Queen of the Dead? Like,
Well, she said what happened was Joe had asked her about Zombies, and she goes, "Is that out?"
yeah.
Because I think she was just like, "That's under NDA. Is that out yet?" And she was like, "Oh, it's out. Okay, yeah, I didn't even know it was out."
That's funny.
That's hilarious. So we have a question from Sanju about this.
Mhm.
It says Magneto royal family with a Wanda variant in Doomsday. Can you see a different actress reprising the role?
Ooh. At this point, I wouldn't want another actress to play Wanda. She is so ingrained in that character, and there's still so much more that we can get out of her. She's such a good actress, that I kind of wouldn't want another actress to pick it up. But if they did, like maybe if they were trying to do like a mutant version versus a like pure magic version,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and they were going with like this is the mutant version who is Magneto's daughter, um, and went with like a different multiversal version. I mean, as long as they got a decent enough actress that could hold her own with Elizabeth Olsen on screen, because eventually they're gonna meet and there's gonna be an argument, and or a fight between the two of them.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I have two actors that I could see playing the next Scarlet Witch, or Scarlet Witch, a different version opposite Elizabeth Olsen. Their names are Mary Kate and Ashley
No.
Olsen.
No,
Older
no.
sisters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
No, yeah, we're gonna
No.
make it happen.
No,
No.
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 I'm sorry. No hate on Mary Kate and Ashley, but they're Elizabeth is a better actress, honestly.
How rude.
Right. Exactly. 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 No, if they had to recast, or they wanted to recast a variant, they could.
Right.
But being that we've seen that Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch, she's the same in two different universes. So chances are she will be the same in all of them. Whereas like we got a Peter Parker and then there were three different people that were him in the different universes. I think, and like the Reed Richards, we saw they were different. Now that we have two. So it could happen,
Mhm.
but being that we've gotten two Scarlet Witches already and they both were the same person, I don't know if that's where they would go. But I mean, anything's possible. And if they did want to do a Scarlet Witch, they'd have to have sort of a darker redhead kind of look. And I don't know if there are any like
Sadie
real
Sink.
true. I'd want her. Yeah, but she's already going to be doing something with Spider-Man. So,
Doesn't
I was
shouldn't be another
thinking,
Scarlet Witch.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking somebody British. Wouldn't that be cool? She had a British accent.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Maybe bring Amelia Clark back. No.
Amelia Clark as
Ooh.
Richmond
Oh,
Criminal.
you know what? You know who would be good? The one that played the younger version of the Queen. in House of the Dragon. That played
Millie Alcock?
Oh, Millie
opposite
Alcock.
Millie Alcock. The one that played opposite her. That played that's what's
Right.
his name's daughter.
Right. She ended up being the her rival later on. Was her best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was the younger version. I'll look her up and I'll have her name. But let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So James, go ahead and
Do the next one? Okay, got it. Robot Peyote is back on the menu. Paul Bettany describes Vision Quest as a story about generational trauma, fathers and sons. The Disney Plus series will explore White Vision's identity crisis post WandaVision, diving deep into legacy, memory, and what it means to be human ish. Turns out Vision's biggest upgrade isn't hardware, it's heartbreak. Oh, Vision.
Aw.
so
That
again,
was so funny. Did you do that on purpose? Because you went out of focus as you were talking about him.
bad vision.
Sorry, it was perfectly timed.
It was kind of so number one, that callback is amazing. Thank you for bringing the robot peyote joke back. But no, so Paul Bettany. We went to this panel specifically because we thought, hey, maybe they're gonna drop something new, right? Maybe they're gonna say like, hey, WandaVision's or not WandaVision, Vision Quest is coming out, so maybe they're gonna drop something because that's what the Hobbits did last year, right? They announced at LA Comic-Con that the new Hobbit movies were coming out, or the new Lord of the Rings movies were coming out. So we were thinking like, okay, there's a chance that this is going to happen here. No dice on that. But when they asked Paul Bettany about everything, you can see that he was looking at like somebody that worked at Marvel that was like staring up at him on stage because he's like, I'm going to lose my job. And like, I'm going to say something wrong and I'm going to lose my job. And Joe,
the PR Mephisto, just watching, just
right. And Joe is like, oh no, that means we're both going to lose our jobs. So let's not go into this.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty good joke. But what he did say was, and again, Paul Bettany was dropping one like just jokes and one-liners the whole time. But he said, the Vision Quest is going to have a lot of heart and is going to focus around grief the same way that WandaVision focused around grief and how they deal with that grief. And he goes, not to say that it's going to be a depressing show. It's not. It's going to be fun. But he was like, but it is. He had an absolute blast doing the show because they wrapped principal on it already. So he said he had an absolute blast doing like recording the show and doing everything, but it's so well put together and the story is so well done that he was like, it's gonna rival WandaVision as far as how good the show is done. And
Yeah, I think that's going to be great. So Emily Carey is her name. Here she is. Here. See her?
Yeah. I like her.
She could be a good Wanda Maximoff.
she could be a good young Wanda Maximoff. It would be good.
Yeah.
Not that Elizabeth Olsen isn't young, but I mean, like, she's younger than me. So I mean, that.
Yeah, I'm just saying if
Yeah.
they wanted to recast and go a little younger so they could build up to Anyway, I'm just saying that
Philippe, you could not
if we
play
did have another one.
WandaVision. You could not play Scarlet Witch.
No, I could not at all. I'm
No.
way too old to play Scarlet Witch.
I couldn't either.
I
would be a good Agatha. But yeah,
I'm way too old to play any characters in Marvel. So
yes, you are.
then again, Deadpool's in his 40s, canonically in the thing. So
All right, who's got the next one?
Oh, me. It's me. The healing power of the Peter Tingle.
Peter Tingle.
The Tom Holland.
Wait, hold on. I have a Peter Tingle. That's the Peter Tingle.
Okie dokie. Tom Holland says he's feeling better and on the mend after an injury on the set of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Production continues and Spidey's swinging back into action soon. No webbing required for recovery. Even Peter Parker needs a break, just not the bone kind.
I wonder what happened.
He got a concussion. He got
Is
hit
that
in
what
the
it was?
head. Yeah, it
Oh.
happened. They were saying that it actually happens to stuntmen a lot, and that he
Uh-huh.
was doing a stunt and they miscalculated and he got hit, and that's why he got his bell rung, so to speak.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now for like, okay, we gotta pause production.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Well, good. I'm glad he's
Well,
back.
I think they paused his part of it. I think they still like they started it back up again after a couple of days after they knew he was going to be okay,
Got
and
it.
then but he's still recovering from what I understand.
Nice. All right, let's keep it going.
Feel better, Tommy boy. Feel better, Tommy boy.
And I just want to mention, just from the last conversation we had, Sanju said, would they bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson or Evan Peters as Quicksilver? I said in the chat, I'd say both. I think they're going to do both.
I would love to see both. I would love to see them both just kind of look at each other and be like, "Are we the same person?" Like like that, and then be like, "Wow, kick ass," and then that's it.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Yeah, maybe when they get to Avengers versus X-Men, they'll be like, "Wait, you, me, you? What?"
Are we the same person? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Or are we doing this? Are you fast? I'm fast. You're fast. We're all fast. Okay.
All right.
Do you have nephews? I have nephews. Do you have nephews?
So I've got two. I have two too.
I got two.
One's really fast. Really?
Mine too.
God, let's keep going.
I'll be your Huckleberry. Marvin Crondon Jones III from Black Lightning in Into the Spider-Verse joins Spider-Man Brand New Day as Tombstone. I know we've been searching around who's going to be playing Tombstone, but we have found out the granite-jawed crime boss making his live-action debut. Expect street-level grit and villainous swagger. Spidey's about to face a villain with a jawline that could crack concrete.
So I gotta ask you guys, because we're getting Tombstone. Do you guys think that we're gonna see Kingpin, or there's a mention of Kingpin, because they work so close together in the comics and everything?
I assumed so.
I was
I
gonna say, I know
think
that Daredevil and Spider-Man are supposed to be getting together like soon. So
okay. Do you want my crazy do you want my crazy theory?
give me your crazy theory. I want to hear it all.
Here's what I think is going to happen. They said Punisher. I think we're getting Daredevil as well. And because we're getting Daredevil, we're also getting Kingpin. And that Spidey is going to actually show up in Daredevil Born Again to help take down Kingpin in the second season. He's going to be part of the New York Army.
I like that. I think that's good.
It's really not that crazy, though. Like, it's not out there. That's actually pretty logical for me. I'm usually way more out there. And just wait until we get to the other stuff.
You got more Spidey news.
Yeah, we do. All right. Well, let's get this on the screen. Hold on. Sorry, I've got to do like 4 different things before I can even.
I also think I think he's a great casting choice.
Oh, he
I liked him in
great.
Yeah, in Black Lightning. I loved him in Black Lightning. He's been in other stuff too, I swear. I've seen him in so many other things. So I think he's a great actor. So let's move on though.
Yeah. With all these delays, wait. This one's coming out sooner. Yes. All right. Sony has moved up the release of Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, surprising fans after previous delays. The third Spider-Verse entry will now open in U.S. theaters on June 18th, 2026. That's not that far away. Miles Morales is swinging back into the multiverse sooner than expected, and the hype is glitching reality. Spider-Verse speedrun unlocked. Miles is skipping the wait screen. Let's get it. LFG. Let's fucking go. I'm ready for this.
Yeah. This is a nice little win for this franchise, or this, trilogy, whatever you want to call it, because it's been delayed so long, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
We needed this. Awesome.
yeah. I honestly thought,
I'm just what?
I was gonna say
What?
I honestly thought we
Uh,
were gonna wait so long for this, and I'm happy that it's coming out sooner.
Sony finally did something right.
Yes.
They finally did it.
Good job,
Still,
Tony.
I beg you, I plead, I manifest that you sell Spider-Man back to Marvel.
Yeah.
One right does not erase any of those wrongs, people. Sell it back. Sell it back. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I think they're this is the one franchise that they have gotten right in the Spider-Verse movies. And they just gotta like not drop the ball on it, you know?
Mhm.
It's so funny
I
because Sony has been such like the yin and the yang of superhero genre stuff. It's like they've put out the worst films, worst decisions
Yeah.
they've that made in superhero stuff, but also then they put out Into the Spider-Verse, arguably the best superhero adaptation we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Sony,
I mean
how
it
you
is
doing?
it is
it's
one of
the
the
same IP. Same IP. They've done this too.
what it is
That's a good
because
one.
they're more willing to take risks on animation than they are on live action. They will not take good risks on live action, because in live action it's like we're going to take a risk on putting out a character that nobody knows about because we think that we can make a good movie out of it. But you know what? We're not going to do like actual like comic book accurate stuff. We want to make our own story. Versus like Spider-Verse is like, oh, do what you want, and they're gonna do like the creators, the writers are out here like doing like, no, we gotta make the fans happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that maybe if any of the Sony executives are gambling anywhere, we should all follow them and bet on the opposite of what they do.
Right. All
Well,
right.
I'm tired of Spider-Man.
So I mean I'm not tired of Spider-Man, but I've got something fun and in the same vein to talk about here if we're ready to move on.
yes.
Yes.
All
I
right.
served you up that transition.
Mhm.
I know you did. He's here to drink beer and brood. Insomniac Games Marvel's Wolverine will be darker, bloodier, and way more brutal than fans expected. Creative director Brian Horton teased mature themes and visceral combat. Logan's claws are coming out, and they're not pulling any punches. Less superhero, more savage. This ain't your Saturday morning Logan.
I'm not Batman.
Speaking of Sony putting out good stuff,
Yeah.
I know. Their games are always good. Have you guys seen the trailer for this?
yeah.
No.
It is so good. It 100% is the exact Logan that we want.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that like some of the things that have come out since that trailer pop dropped out. So they said that it's not going to be open world the way that Spider-Man was.
Mhm.
It's going to be more like God of War, so it's going to be kind of linear with like open areas that you can explore, but it's going to be like a straight line pretty much. And then of course all of the backlash online about the way Mystique looks is the dumbest shit. Somebody complaining about how she in the trailer she goes from being a dude and transitions to Mystique, and it's like, do you not know how Mystique works? Do you
I
not
thought
know that?
maybe it's because she had like old school like Tomb Raider boobs or something, but she does what her mutant power claims that she does.
What it is you have the obvious guys who do not know Mystique as a character and are all upset that it's like, oh, you're putting a trans character. It's like, oh, you don't know anything about Mystique, do you? You know what's really going to upset you guys is when you go read the comics and see that she's her own son's father.
Right. And like, yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
She
And
is her
Destiny
son's
is like
father.
the mom. Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah, she's Nightcrawler's dad. She is Nightcrawler's dad. It's a trip, dude. And it's like there's all this stuff like people are so upset about this, and it's like I don't see what people are mad about. One, she's doing her powers. Two, when you see her transition, they go into a scene of a playable version of Mystique just wrecking people with two knives, and it's like that's Mystique. That's how Mystique works. That's how she operates.
Yeah.
Right? There's
Yeah.
no reason for people to be mad about this because it's like Mystique is being Mystique. Shut up.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll probably get it.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
probably play it.
It looks
I'm not, like I think it'll be fun. I love playing the comic booky games until I get really frustrated, and then husband usually takes over, and then he actually gets really addicted to it, and then he's doing his own thing, and then I get to watch my murder porn.
There you go. Oh yeah, and this
I said two things that could get us canceled on here. I
Yeah.
apologize. The unaliving adult content.
yeah, she Wolverine in this trailer, and this is the last point, is absolutely brutal. There's a scene in the trailer where he does kind of something in the comics that we have been waiting to see him do in the movies, but like hasn't happened. And it's where like he takes like his regular fist, puts it up to a guy's face, and then unleashes the claws into the dude's head.
Well, he's done that a lot in comics.
That's what I'm saying. He does that in the comics a lot, right?
Yeah.
But it's like seeing it like in movement just is 1,000 times cooler.
Awesome.
Cool. I'm excited.
So am I.
You know what else I'm excited about? This next story.
Oh, let's talk about
Because I'm also confused. Because Bigfoot, is it like the monster or is it like the truck?
I think it's the truck.
It looks like it's the truck. Pure Imagination Studios and Prime Universe Films, aka Puff, are teaming up to build a shared film and TV universe around the legendary Bigfoot monster truck. The chrome-crushing icon of motorsports is shifting gears into cinematic storytelling with animated series, live-action features, and high-octane lore in development. Think horsepower meets heroism. I mean, yeah, because that's what Jesus would want. From car-crushing arena king to franchise frontrunner, Bigfoot's trading mud for mythos. Look, we have talked about Hot Wheels, Masters of the Universe, Barbie, what's the freaking, like, all those toys from Toy Story? Mr. Potato Head?
Trolls?
Why not? Trolls? Gargoyles? Why not a freaking monster truck? Let's just have a monster truck IP. Let's do that. I mean, F1 did great. Why not? Let's go from high octane, like, sports to digging in the mud and jumping over cars. Next thing you know, we'll get Evel Knievel.
Wasn't Dwayne Johnson producing this too?
I thought he was too. Like $7 Entertainment had something.
Well, if you
associated with
take
it.
the Pure Imagination Studios, that's Piss. And you take Prime Universe Films, that's Puff. Piss Puff. It's Piss Puff.
Oh God.
I don't get where you're going with that. I don't appreciate that. Neither does The Rock.
I think she's saying that that's what comes out of the back of the truck. It's a piss puff.
It's a Piss Puff. Piss Puff.
We may be offending Tater right now too.
I'm just like, look, monster trucks are huge in the Midwest. They are huge. I think this is going to be I think it's going to make millions and billions of dollars. I think this is going to be the biggest thing since Barbie. Honestly, it's going to be huge. Because why not? Why not? Everybody just get a Bud Light, go watch the movie, or hey, stay home and watch the animated show. Or hey, we got a TV show about these really cool kids who want to be monster truck drivers. Let's talk about it. I mean, I could see it. Yeah, let's do it.
Jesus.
Blackish meets Bigfoot.
I remember like 15 years ago, might have been longer than that. They were talking about like how uh young girls, like young teens, what is it called? Teenagers. They're going to be like the demographic to aim for when it comes to marketing. So like we ended up getting like Taylor Swift, stuff like that, Katy Perry.
Yeah.
So that's who is spending money. I think there's a young demographic of boys that are like, what toys am I supposed to play with? What shows am I supposed to watch? Like they might not want to watch a bunch of princess movies on Disney Plus, or they've watched all the How to Train Your
Percy
Dragons.
Jackson.
Percy Jackson's actually good.
Do they have toys?
It might.
Not a lot of
Yes.
toys. I think this is going to be a demographic that's going to blow up and be marketable.
Yeah,
to a
because
younger.
boys have never been the demographic that everybody wants. The 18 to 49-year-old males. Although boys aren't 18 to 49.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of them are. Am I right? Am I right? No, but boys have always been that. Comic books are towards boys. You've got most of the TV shows are aimed towards boys. Yeah, there's a lot of boys.
Not
So
young
they
boys.
can kiss my ass. They can kiss my ass. Not young boys. Young boys cannot kiss my ass. We are
Yeah.
not clipping that.
Saying a lot of weird things this episode. A lot of weird things.
That is an alternate name for the episode. Is saying weird. Jen says weird shit. There we go. That's the name of the episode.
There we go.
All right, let's get into some
Well,
DC stuff.
Or we can
Yeah,
call it. Hey,
we're
we're gonna call it. Hey, Frank, clip that. All right. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for James Gunn story time. It's the brave and the bold news, just not the headline. All right, let's let me get this. Oh, it is on screen. All right, there we go. Boom. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
you.
I know. I've got to like change a bunch of stuff. So Batman will crack codes as easily as he cracks skulls. James Gunn's vision for the brave and the bold is crystal clear. He wants a Batman who can throw hands and solve mysteries, not just a brooding bruiser or a gadget guy. The Caped Crusader needs to be equal parts martial artist and master sleuth. It's a nod to the comic roots of Bruce Wayne and a signal that the DCU's Batman won't be a clone of the past iterations. Not a one-note Batman. This version won't just brood in the shadows. He'll crack codes, break jaws, and attempt to raise Damian because shitty dad.
I think that's why he wants to crack codes and break jaws and not be at home.
Is to be less of a shitty dad?
He's like, oh, I cannot handle Damien. Alfred, take care of that. I like where he's going with it, though.
Same.
I've always said we need a detective Batman. Like he's not just let me punch this guy. We really, and some of the crap that the villains have gotten away with in the stories that have been told about Batman, it's like, come on, people. Batman is smarter than that. You don't take down the Riddler and not know how to outsmart people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they've been trying to move more in that direction. Just they haven't pushed it far enough in that direction of him being the world's greatest detective. Like
I think a lot of creatives have wanted to do that, and a lot of studios are like, no, because everybody likes the punchy. Make him punchy. I think that's what's killed it.
Yeah, and the thing is that I think James Gunn understands the level of, the Warner Brothers live action wants just a guy who will punch a bunch of people, and we don't care about the smart. But when it comes to fans and how wildly popular the animation stuff is, and you see the balance, like you look at any version of Kevin Conroy's Batman, and he's always the most intelligent person in the room, but can also beat the crap out of anybody that walks in that room. So I mean, like,
Right.
I think James Gunn is looking to do that. He wants to not recreate, but he wants to put a version of Batman on the screen that can rival Kevin Conroy.
That's solid.
Well,
I like that.
I definitely think so. You know, of all of the things that we've seen so far from James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU, he really wants the comics to be the unsung, like to be the singing hero. Like
Right.
that's where he's getting everything from. Is seems to be comics lore, and so I really like that. I like that he's doing that. I also like that there's Peter Safran and there's James Gunn. James Gunn is the creative side. Peter Safran makes all the money decisions and makes all that stuff work. So James comes to Peter and says, "This is what I want to do." And Peter goes, "Okay, I'll get you the money." And that's how they work. And that's the way it should be. You should have that kind of trust. I love that they're partners and I'm all on board for all of this.
I like it. I think they just need to to highlight his intelligence. We just need him solving like a good mystery. Like whether he's in the suit or not in the suit, we just need to find a way to have a good mystery that he could solve and take the audience on a journey through that to show his intelligence and show that he's not just punchy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I like what Sewang said about him being in the League of Assassins. I think, yeah, definitely. I like Batman Begins, I think really started out really, really well. Like he was very much, I have to really go through all of this and like train myself. And I liked that. I liked seeing that training part of it.
Mhm.
But yeah,
And,
I
I
agree
mean,
with that.
in Dark Knight,
Every
you get levels of it, but it's not. It's not. It didn't come across the way that that Nolan was trying to push it. Like you have the whole scene of him trying to recreate the ballistics and everything like that. And I mean, that's kind
yeah.
of a cool sequence, but that's like when I mentioned earlier, he's pushing it in that direction, but they're not going full, in this whole sleuth thing where like in the Batman they kind of go more that direction, him questioning people,
Yeah.
him tracking down leads and things like that. So you get a little bit more of the detective. I want to see that highly intelligent, I'm smarter than everybody in the room version of Batman.
Right. And that how he can switch it to I'm just the silly playboy guy when
Right.
he's Bruce. Because I think that was it. Like in Batman Begins, we saw that, really saw that. In Dark Knight, it was less so. And
Right.
then in Dark Knight Rises, it was barely there. Like
My
he was
issue with Dark Knight
barely a
Rises was
detective.
he was kind of a coward by that point because he quit being Batman for
Yeah.
10 years because that was the one thing that bugged me about that version of Batman.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It was just kind of like, whatever.
yeah,
All
let's
right.
continue.
But you know what? We
It's
still
hard
have
because we all
Batman.
have our interpretations of what Batman should be or
Right.
who he should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody
Yep.
universally agrees that Batman wouldn't quit for 10 years because he had a broken heart, though. So, I mean,
Yeah. You
let's,
know what? Everyone wants a piece of Batman, though.
yeah. Oh, there you go.
Everyone. According to James Gunn, a lot of big name actors have reached out about donning the cowl. While no casting has been confirmed, the buzz suggests that the brave and the bold could be one of the most competitive roles in Hollywood. We're talking Scarlett O'Hara levels here, people. With Damian Wayne also set to appear, this Batman will need serious emotional range and serious fight choreography. Who do we want to don the cowl and raise the demon's head, child?
I've already said who I want to wear the cowl. I still think that
No, he has already said he's not doing that. So you have to pick someone else, Phil.
that doesn't matter to me. I still think he's the one that he should be playing Batman.
He's not doing it. Get over it. Now move on. Who else?
I think he needs to do the same thing that they did with Superman and David Cornsweet. Find somebody that the mainstream media, pop culture doesn't quite know yet, and insert them so they become the new version of Batman, and there's no expectations. Like Cornsweet was amazing with his version of Superman,
Right.
so they need to do the same thing with this version of Batman.
I agree. I was going to say when it comes down to it, to me, it doesn't matter who plays the character. Of course, I have the people that I want, but in the end, it should be somebody who is in their early to mid 30s. It needs to be someone who is in decent enough shape and has good enough acting chops that they can talk all the things that we talked about in the last segment or in the last story. All those things need to convey. They need to be able to convey extreme intelligence. They need to be able to convey a level of intimidation that makes you feel like almost uncomfortable to be in the room with them, right?
Mhm.
Batman needs to be able to exude that type of intimidation, and somebody who again, the intelligence and the brutalness. We don't need an absolute Batman just yet, right? Because absolute Batman would just be like nothing but brutal. But yeah, I mean, I want them to be tall. You know what I mean? Like I want someone. If Corn Sweat is 6'4", I need someone to be about 6'4", 6'5".
And you just
Batman is not
described
as
The Rock.
tall as
He is
Superman.
same height.
They're not the same height. I think
Canonically, they're about
they
the
have
same height.
no. I think it's cute that you think they are, but they're not.
Bruce Wayne.
Superman is supposed to stand head and shoulders above everyone. So Batman is supposed to be a little shorter. I'm just saying that's now they probably have them together as the same height, and Wonder Woman's not as tall as them because that's how they've kind of done it recently. But originally, Superman was the tallest, Wonder Woman was second, Batman was third. Because Batman is a human man and he's not as tall. Wonder Woman, mystical Amazon, little bit taller.
So I just looked up
Superman,
officially from
alien.
DC. Officially from DC, right?
Now,
Superman is only 1 inch taller than Batman.
okay. Superman's taller. You said they were the same height. I said they weren't.
It's
He's
1
not
inch.
supposed to be.
They're supposed to. They're
Yeah.
almost the same height.
Okay, I'm just saying your expectation of somebody else being 6'4" is ridiculous.
David Cornsweet is 6'4", so I would want somebody about 6'4".
Yeah, and David Cornsweet is a unicorn. We all know that. This is who I want.
He's
Can
got
you
the
see
face.
him?
Yeah. That's the dude from
Masters of the Air.
Masters
His name
of
is
the Air.
Nate Mann.
He's got the jawline. 100%. He has the jawline.
Look
He'd
at
have
this
to put on
picture.
some muscle. He'd have to put on some muscle. But I mean, like, he's got the jawline.
Well, hey, David Cornsweet didn't have the muscle. And he put it on.
Mhm.
He's got the broad shoulders and everything. I want Nate Mann. That is who I want. That is who I think. And I have said that since Masters of the Air came out. I said he should be. And people don't know who he is. Did you guys know his name was Nate Mann? Did you know you kind of recognized him from Masters of the Air? So we're getting James's thing in here. So I'm just saying, Nate Mann, keep him on your radar, people. If he gets it, I will die. I will be dead. I will be dead. Okay.
I thought we were all supposed to be super friends. Are they supposed to be super friends? Because Gunn teased that Peacemaker's deep-seated dislike of Superman will have ripple effects across the DCU. It's not just a throwaway gag. This tension could fuel ideological clashes and unexpected alliances, especially as the DCU builds towards bigger crossovers. Peacemaker's beef with Superman is so spicy, it might need a Justice Gang intervention. Hey, look, he looks pretty tall compared to John Cena. About an inch. Maybe John Cena plays Batman. How about that?
I think John Cena is actually too big to play Batman. Interestingly enough,
But Alan Rickson's not. Oh my gosh.
John Cena's way wider than Alan Rickson.
I am
John Cena-
so
John Cena
I
is
am
so much
so
more
over
bulky.
you with this whole Batman thing.
John
I am
Cena
so
is
over it.
much more bulky than all of them. John Cena is massive.
I don't think he's bigger than Alan Rickson. I'm sorry. I don't think he is. I do not think he is. You can, you know what? You go to your Alan Rickson little altar and you pray to your God, Alan Rickson, and you tell him that you're sorry, that Frey doesn't think that he should be Batman. I have said personally, some of the people that I think he would be, and he would just knock the hell out of it. But he's not going to be Batman. He has said it. James Gunn has
I know
said
he's not
it.
going to be Batman. I'm saying I still want him to be Batman. I already know he's not going to be Batman. He already said he's going to be another character in the DCU.
Right. He is. So I'm just saying, pick somebody else. Just open your mind a little. I would do it with Wonder Woman. You know I would. I am not asking you to do anything that I am not willing to do. James is going to kill us.
No, you're trying to
But
kill each other. I'm like this, like separate.
you weren't. You were like this. You're trying to push us together.
By the way,
I love you, Phil. I love you. This is not real, everyone. We do this all the time. I am like totally fucking with him. Cause you know, if Alan Rickson were Batman, I would be 100% on board with that. I think that, but I know he's not going to be Batman, and I think Nate Mann would be amazing. And yes, Jensen Ackles could be an amazing Batman, but he is too short.
He's too short. He's also too old. Jensen Ackles would be amazing because he's already played Batman, and we already know that he's a good Batman. But again, he is way too short.
Just for
going
reference,
back to this whole.
Just for reference, Alan Richson is 6'3", John Cena is 6'1", and just to make things spicy, The Rock is 6'4". So maybe The Rock should be Batman. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Woo! Let's do
it. Nate Mann is 6 feet.
He's 6 foot.
Oh,
I
no.
looked him up already.
That's a hobbit. That's a hobbit. You kidding me?
I'm just saying, I still think he's going to. Yeah, he can wear platform shoes. Anthony Starr wears platform shoes to play Homelander, y'all.
He does, actually.
He can fly.
So,
okay.
Anyways, let's continue.
I think that this is interesting. I do think that Peacemaker having a hatred for Superman is an interesting take on it. Just saying. That's you, Phil.
It's me? Oh, is this okay? I'll take it. Gunn is pulling out all the stops and heartstrings. The Peacemaker season 2 finale will reportedly deepen the Superman thread, tying the Man of Steel more directly into Peacemaker's arc. Whether it's a mention, a confrontation, or a philosophical clash, James Gunn promises it'll be meaningful and messy. Peacemaker's got emotional damage and the vendetta that could power Brainiac's core. Ooh.
I like it. I'm so enjoying Peacemaker.
I absolutely love Peacemaker. I love everything about this show. We're going to get into this in a little bit here, but just we called that reveal from like episode 1. All three of us. We called that reveal from episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah. We were all like, yeah.
Thursday night, I text Frank and I was like, "We called it, bro. We called it." He got
yeah. It was funny because like when I did my episode about Peacemaker, I was like, man, because I said, I was like, are you feeling this is a white supremacist like world? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. I'm not alone. Like, it's that kind of thing. So I think I'm pretty happy that we actually got that payoff. I mean, he wasn't like James Gunn wasn't hiding it. He just wasn't saying anything about it, which I find extremely interesting because the dude talks about everything.
But a lot of times he talks circles. Like a lot of times he will say things that mean nothing in the moment, but then mean something later on. And he's really good about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's what I was saying. I was like, I love that he comes out and he confirms things. And like, if there's a silly rumor, he's like, guys, that is not true. Stop listening to stuff. So we don't really get a lot of rumors that are DC now because of that, which I like to speculate. But also I'm
Mhm.
like, well, that's kind of cool. But then we get story time with James Gunn because he talks about everything. So even if he's not giving us everything, he is still giving us stuff. So we get, so I do love him and I love how out there he is and how he wants to explain things and make sure people aren't getting their hopes up for something that's not going to happen. I do enjoy that, but I'm also like, I kind of want to get my hopes up a little. Let me get my
Mhm.
hopes up.
This is
So
definitely a
so
good
it's a
show to
double-edged
like.
sword. Yeah.
This is a good show to like talk about from a week to week point of view. But I think he's doing a good job with not throwing it all out there. Like he's leaving the clues for us nerds to find and talk about
Yeah.
week to week. But I know a lot of people who are watching this show enjoying it, and they didn't pick up on it until this latest episode dropped. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So they're like, oh my god. So they're having fun
Yeah.
with it. So it's kind of good for everybody.
I like that. I do like and I like that the end credit scenes that he does, end
Hmm.
credit scenes that he
Mhm.
does in this show and then also like with Superman and I'm sure with others. It isn't something that's moving the story forward necessarily, but it is something fun that we still like to see. So I think and I like that. I like that it's, something like that. 'Cause back in the day, y'all, end credits were like the bloopers, or they were just like some weird scene that they were like, "This was really funny, but we didn't wanna keep it in the movie," kinda thing,
Mhm.
and I like that. I've always been a fan of stuff like that, so.
Hmm.
You know what
Hmm.
else I'm a fan of? The enemy of my friend is still useful, or however that saying goes. Is
Hmm.
it the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
The enemy of my friend is my enemy?
No. The enemy of
Where
my
does
enemy.
useful come in? Does useful come in somewhere? Anyway, never
No.
mind. Mid-season,
None of this
Peacemaker
is
dropped a
useful.
huge DCU cameo and introduced a chilling alternate reality twist. Fans are still dissecting the implications, especially as the show leans harder into multiverse mechanics and moral ambiguity. One cameo, one chilling twist. This episode's got more dimensions than a crisis crossover.
Hmm. Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to say
So,
anything?
well, I mean, I did put the cameo in there because I didn't know if everybody had seen it or not. But I was I feel like all of us were going down the right path with who we thought might come out, like might be the people like the big A-list cameo
Right.
that they were gonna get. Um, I I was thinking hero. I think we all were thinking like what other heroes would be in this? And And so we didn't go for, hey, what villains could be in this? Since Peacemaker comes from Task Force X, maybe
Right.
you need a villain to understand a villain kind of thing. And so, although I think I no. Um so yeah, so I was really excited and happy about seeing the guy.
Oh, it's a guy? What? I watched an interview. I think it was actually Brandon Davis actually was interviewing James Gunn, and they were talking about it, and they were saying how they intentionally put the sets for the movie Superman and Peacemaker so close together so they can pull off things like this, and
Yeah,
James Gunn can
yeah.
be back and forth between the two sets. So yeah, I thought it was cool. He said they even filmed this piece in the middle of filming Superman.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of
and, like,
interesting.
there's, like, a in the finale, there's, like, one scene that takes place in the same room as, like, all the government types were in, and
Hmm.
that there's actually a scene there, from Peacemaker. It's the same exact room, and they filmed it at the same time with Superman. Like, so that's why there's a picture of both of them in their respective, like
Costumes. Yeah.
yeah, in respective, like, outfits. And in a picture together, so yeah.
I dig
I
it.
mean, if that cameo is coming, do you think we're gonna get Big Blue?
Supposedly no. So they're saying that we won't get a Big Blue cameo in this, but I mean,
Oh wait, we have a story about that. Never mind.
yeah, I was gonna say anything from James Gunn can be a swerve. So or he's really good about like, hey, saying one thing but not fully saying something, and it ends up being something
Right.
similar.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
moving on, let's go ahead and keep moving here because we still have a lot to
Yeah,
cover
'cause
and not that much time left.
we're in the Peacemaker part of the show. So
Yeah. So let's go ahead and continue on here. It's in the comics, we swear, guys. It really is what we're going to talk about right now. After speculation that Peacemaker season 2 was drawing parallels to real world politics, James Gunn clarified that the Earth X storyline is rooted in comics lore, not commentary. Still, the show's themes of authoritarianism and resistance are hitting pretty hard right now. Earth X is less Capitol Hill, more Hall of Justice meets Twilight Zone. So yeah, I mean, it's not. It's not meant to. It is meant to be a commentary on what's happening right now, but it's not meant to be a commentary on what's happening right now. It is pure James Gunn anti-authoritarian punk,
yeah.
right? Like this, regardless of what's happening in the world right now, he probably still would have wrote the same story.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but that there is Earth X is that.
Right.
So it's not like yeah. So it's in the comics. It's been in the comics for a long time,
Right.
and yeah, it's just not something that people go, "Hey, we're gonna all go to Earth X tonight." Yeah, they don't do that. That's not something you say.
Yeah.
So
And
so yeah.
Yahtzee Superman is something that exists. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Again,
So
I think he planned this a long time ago, and
yeah.
it fits, and it just happens to be a
mhm.
coincidence of whatever's happening in the world right now. Nobody talks about the Arrowverse going to Earth X, and that being an issue, even when it happened. It was
Right.
just like, oh, it's a
Yeah.
storyline, so whatever. It
Yeah,
Also,
is.
it's just,
keep in
oh, look at
mind,
that.
it's like keep in mind how long ago they filmed this, and
Yeah,
then on top
Mhm.
of that, how long ago he wrote this.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because he wrote season 2 way long time ago before everything that's going on in the world right now. Like, so anybody who's sitting there saying like, "Oh yeah, no, he wrote this because of this," is like that's not how writing works. This stuff was
No.
done a long time ago. Like I said, this story would have been the same regardless of the time that it was done. If this movie would have been made 10 or the show would have been made 10 years ago, it would have been the same exact story.
You know what that means though? The Earth X. You know what we're gonna get.
Oh, I really
We're
hope.
gonna get to our next story because it's gonna tell us right now.
Right. I really hope we do get here. I I'm gonna comment after you say something. Go. Read.
GI Robot and Vig Vigilante together, a bromance made in a lab. James Gunn revealed that the alternate dimension storyline of Peacemaker was inspired by Cold War paranoia and dystopian fiction. And yes, G.I. Robot is officially making his live action debut, adding pulp sci fi weirdness to the already chaotic mix. G.I. Robot's live action debut proves Gunn's pulling characters from the deepest corners of the DC vault. Next up, Bat Cow?
Did he didn't say whether GI Robot ends up in Peacemaker or not, right? But he
No.
said that he is
No,
gonna make a live action.
he
Right.
is. No, he is gonna be in Peacemaker.
Is he?
He said it in the director's commentary of Spider-Man or not Spider-Man, of Superman. And yeah, said that he's making his live action debut in
From what I
Peacemaker.
understood is that he said that GI Robot's making a live action debut, but then he said it's not going to be in Peacemaker. So I don't know. I'm confused on that.
I thought he said it was, and then he said, I can't say anything else because I don't know when this commentary is coming out. He thought the commentary would be out after Peacemaker's finale. So
Interesting. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense tying everything
but
together, especially with Rick Flag Sr.
mhm. Well, and so my thing was about that. My thing. So Husby said he was like, well, is he going to be alternate in the alternate world, like Planet X or Earth X, or is he going to be from the DCU core world? And and he's going to go back for it. I think he's going to be from the core world, and they're going to take him to the other one.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that it's
Yeah.
not a full on GI robot shows up in the show. I want it to be like at the very, very, very end, the post credit scene of the entire show is Rick Flag Sr. brings GI robot to Earth X, and it just ends on him going Nazis.
Yeah,
You
that
can
would be
infer,
amazing.
like you can infer that GI robot just basically killed everybody in Earth
Yeah.
X.
He just opens the door, lets him in, and then Nazis, and then door closes, and that's it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Nazis.
I mean, I think that would be great. If we got a GI robot from Earth X, can you imagine? And then like him and Vigilante are BFF, like Vigilante thinks he and Peacemaker are BFF. That would be also pretty funny.
Could be
too,
like
so.
Sons of Liberty type thing. Like maybe they programmed him to hate Nazis.
I really think Vigilante, like I think that we're gonna see, like Husby said that he thought, what if like Leota, like I call her Leota, everybody else calls her Adebayo or Ads, Adebayo and Amanda Waller are like the head of the Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
And like, that would be kind of cool. And
Yeah,
so like anyway, we're
Yeah,
getting a little
I
too
thought that was
deep in this.
I was
so.
thinking that too. I think I mentioned that to Frank on Challenge Accepted.
Mhm.
The same
Yeah,
thing.
I think you did. Yeah. I remember listening to it, and I think you did. Yeah.
All right, who's got the next one? Is it me?
I believe it's you, sir.
All right. Superman looms large. I mean, hey, he's 6'4", definitely taller than Batman. James Gunn confirmed that David Cornsweet's Superman does not appear in Peacemaker season 2, but his presence is felt. The character looms large in the narrative, shaping Peacemaker's worldview and the show's broader DCU connection. Superman's off screen, but his cape casts a shadow longer than the Daily Planet building. All right, so kind of answered our questions, our speculation. No
Yeah.
soups,
Yeah.
no soups in Peacemaker. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily need to see Superman in the show, but I mean, like the references are good enough. I mean, we've already seen multiple characters from the movie show up in this show, connecting the
Mhm.
universe. So I don't necessarily need to see Superman in it,
Yeah, he's probably on the moon with Crypto, hanging out.
right?
Yeah. Maybe he's like watching Peacemaker be an idiot up there with Crypto. Like, in that post-credit scene for Superman. That's part of the next story that Phil has.
Let's move right along. So we're gonna jump into this last story here.
It wasn't. There's two, but it wasn't it wasn't the best transition, but it was very succinct.
Yeah. Sorry. $13 million. I mean, views. Is that okay? Superman has officially soared, racking up 13 million views in its first 10 days on HBO Max. That makes it the platform's biggest movie launch since Barbie. And
Gotta mention Barbie.
and a major win for Gunn's DCU rollout. With David Cornsweet in the cape and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, the film's blend of optimism and action is striking a chord. Faster than a speeding bullet, stronger than Barbie's box office. This Superman's flying high. And for all the people who are complaining online about how much Superman is not as good as Snyder, shut up. I kind of already knew that it was gonna just massively destroy streaming records because people don't want to see movies right now.
Yeah.
You know? And
people want to stay home.
Well,
nobody wants to go outside.
The other thing is the pandemic got all of us used to the idea of, hey, I've got a really nice TV and I've got the streaming service. Why pay $15 to $20 for a ticket with, $40 worth of snacks when I can just make snacks at home and watch the movie when it comes out on streaming in like 3 months.
And bonus, no palm oil.
Right. So again, with all the people who are complaining online saying that, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel made so much more money with inflation. They sold so many more tickets. That doesn't matter in this world where we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because in the world we're in right now, people don't want to spend the money. On top of that, we don't got that much money to spend.
Right.
Right. And we're about to be in the world of tomorrow. Who's got the next one?
Clark and Lex and Brainy, shut up and take my money. James Gunn just shared a photo of the completed Man of Tomorrow. I mean, just shared. It's been a week. Script, and fans immediately zoomed in on the details, especially the not so subtle hint that Brainiac may be the sequel's villain. With Superman already a streaming juggernaut, this follow up promises to go bigger, weirder, and way more cerebral. If Brainiac's in play, expect cosmic stakes, AI dread, and a test of Superman's compassion versus cold logic. Brains and brawn find a way to coexist to take down our AI overlord. I bet it gets punchy.
I hope it does. I've been waiting so long for Brainiac to be on screen, and the idea that we may be getting Brainiac, because it's not confirmed, but we all assume based on visuals and the way that he's described the script that we're going to see Brainiac. I'm more curious about how he is going to introduce the character and what version of Brainiac we're going to get.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Is that I think Man of Tomorrow is obviously not Superman. They're talking about Brainiac being the
Right.
Man of Tomorrow because he's, the technological higher achievement
Mhm.
that a lot of people want. Elon Musk, I'm looking at you. Anyway, we said, like, we tagged this. I said, I think it's Brainiac. Like, we were talking about when they came out with when Jim Lee did that little drawing of Superman and Lex was in his green and purple suit. I said, Lex doesn't get in his green and purple suit until Brainiac. And Phil, you were right there with me. James, were you there? I think you were. I think you were there. I think we all agreed on that. I think it's going to be Brainiac. I love this idea. I think Brainiac is the one that we need to do because it gives Lex and it gives Clark a reason to team up.
Correct. I 100% agree with all of that. There's like
Mhm.
almost no notes on that because it's Brainiac is a new villain that we haven't seen on screen, and that's something that we need. We don't want to rehash the same villains we've been seeing in every movie. Two, he is the only threat that will cause Superman and Lex to work together. It's like Apocalypse for the Brotherhood and the X-Men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It is the one character that will make Lex almost put aside the amount of loathing he has for Superman because he understands the threat that Brainiac poses.
In this being that they make this the next Superman, it's not necessarily a Superman movie, but it kind of is a Superman movie, where Superman and Lex are kind of the co-leads. We already have established, James Gunn and Peter Safran have established that the cosmic is already there. The
Right.
way he introduced Superman, we've got a Green Lantern already that has been established that we know of. Hawk Girl, we don't know where she gets her little screeching thing from. And so there's a lot, there are pocket universes. Everybody seems to be fairly comfortable with cosmic stuff.
Right.
So having Brainiac in the second movie is actually a really good idea because he's cosmic.
Mhm.
And so we bring not just tease it a little, but we actually bring cosmic in there. Hey, this is a threat from the cosmos to Earth.
Mhm.
So we need heroes that can stand up to a cosmic threat. So
Absolutely.
we may see Green Lanterns in there. We may see other people in there. that are more comfortable with a cosmic threat than our street level heroes like Batman or so it really makes a lot of sense.
And having
Supergirl's
them
going to
all
be out there in space.
Mhm.
We're bringing space to us. Lobo's probably going to be in it. So
and having them all team up in a way where they have to fight a cause. This gives you an excuse to have the Justice League have to come together because Brainiac is that level
mhm.
threat. There's three major villains in DC that you can coalesce a Justice League movie around. Brainiac is one, Darkseid is another, Mongol the Conqueror. So I mean, and
Yep.
I
Yep.
I need Mongol the Conqueror at some point because he is such a badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
If
I
The
agree.
Rock comes
Anyway,
back, I actually wouldn't mind The Rock playing Mongol the Conqueror.
It's not bad. He's got the tights for
or
it. so.
Darkseid. I think he could play a good Darkseid actually.
Mhm.
Because he's got that really deep voice and he can do that deep and he he doesn't look like concrete. I always thought that Darkseid looked kind of concretey,
Yeah.
but yeah, he could play Darkseid. Oh, he'd be really good Darkseid.
Mhm. But Mongol has the charisma, and that's where I think The Rock would do well as Mongol.
Does Mongol play a little ukulele?
In tights, in purple tights.